Hi, I'm William Pfeiffer, the producer of The Last Glaciers, a new film with Craig Leeson, the director of The Last Glaciers. So, Craig, tell me, why are you here in Davos?
Well, as you can see behind us, there's the Arctic Basecamp. One thing that I found in filming The Last Glaciers for the last 2 years is that scientists, when you talk to them, are moving from becoming data collectors and reporters of the research they're doing to storytellers. They are so concerned about this issue and they see it as such an urgent issue that they're moving into the realm of drawing the general public into the issue and trying to impose the urgency of solving this problem and starting to tackle it. So these guys are Arctic scientists. They have come up to Davos. Of course, they don't have a lot of money, so they can't afford the high price of all the hotels here. And what they've done is they've set up an actual Arctic base camp, and this is a tent that they use in the Arctic, and they're camping in these tents behind us. And so are we.
And so are we.
We're spending...
Craig and I have been sleeping in this tent right here.
Yeah, and it's cold. It's minus 16 degrees at night. So they're serious about being up here and serious about telling the story of climate change and bringing the research that they have, which shows that the Arctic is warming twice as fast as anywhere else on the planet, that we're losing sea ice at such a rate that it is exposing the deep, dark blue ocean, which is causing the heat to be absorbed, and that's causing oceans to rise, and then, of course, it keeps flowing on, and the polar regions are losing meltwater at a terrific rate. We just flew with NASA 2 months ago over Antarctica, where they're able to measure ice movement of up to the accuracy of up to a centimetre. And what they're finding there is that ice the size of the Titanic is melting every 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds. So it's a serious issue.
And that's causing sea levels to rise in cities like Miami and New York and Venice. Cities all over the world are flooding. You can't buy flood insurance in many of these places anymore.
That's right. So we're here filming them, bringing this message to global leaders and influencers.
Tell us about The Last Glaciers.
Well, The Last Glaciers is a documentary that we think is incredibly important, and the reason it's called The Last Glaciers is because we are focusing on glaciers as a tool for telling the story of climate change. It's very easy when you understand the science behind studying glaciers and the gases that are trapped in glaciers. Scientists are able to tell the level of gases over the last 800,000 years, so they're able to track how the climate has oscillated over the last 800,000 years and how in the last 100 years since the Industrial Revolution we've seen a spike in many of these gases. CO2 has doubled, methane in many instances has quadrupled, and that is the science that presents a very easy to understand fact about climate change, which shows that humans have an impact. And so that's what we're trying to tell, the story of climate change through the melting of the glaciers, through the gases that are trapped in the glaciers, and the wider story of what that means for us as a species. And scientists are telling us with very serious faces that they don't think we'll be around for the next 40 or 50 years if we don't tackle this.
So what can we as the human race do, individually and collectively?
Yeah, well, solutions, there are many solutions, and they have to be integrated into one approach, and that is we have to stop burning fossil fuels. We have to find ways of sinking carbon, and that involves reforestation, building the forest that we've destroyed. The planet has lost more than 50% of its forests, and we're losing forest at the rate of a football field every second. And trees are the most natural and easy way of absorbing carbon and stopping it going into the atmosphere and causing the problems that it does. So they're natural solutions. There are also technological solutions, and there's technology now that allows carbon to be scrubbed from the air and removed, and also to be deposited deep below the earth. So we're investigating all of these sorts of technologies. We're looking at policy change and legislation, which is extremely important at a government level, is to get governments to recognise how urgent this issue is. It's not something that they can leave for another government to fix tomorrow. It has to be tackled now, because we can't go above this 1.5 degree temperature rise, or we're going to see life support systems starting to collapse, which they already are, but they'll be collapsing at a place where we can't recover them. So 1.5 is the temperature measurement that scientists are using as a benchmark, and they say we're very close to being there right now.
1.5 degrees more warm.
Exactly.
And if we go beyond that, bad.
Very bad, yes.
Very bad.